welcome back. We're on episode 3.
Yes, we are.
Thank you for joining us again. Thank you for following and liking our podcast on
And
all of our platforms.
Subscribing. All our friends are like, I'm subscriber 15. I'm number 5. It's been great.
Yeah,
It's so cute.
Somebody texted me on day 1. He's like, I'm number 5. I just
Yes.
want to notate this. So X amount of time from now when you're somebody, there's proof. I'm like, okay.
That I was one of your first. Thank you.
Oh, man, he's so supportive too.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good people in our circle, really. Today we're going to talk about growing up in the industry, what it's like growing up in the industry, growing up really fast, taking on roles maybe before our time.
Yeah, that is 100% true. What is your first recollection of working at Arrow? Or when did it start? When did the trauma start?
Tell me where it hurts.
Blink if you're okay.
It's funny because I just happened to be talking to my mom about this, like this last week. I don't know why. Somebody was in the office we were talking to, and he said, yeah, she started at a young age. But I was literally 7 years old. This was in the middle of BCR in Daytona Beach, and BCR used to be a very big thing back then.
What's that?
And they were a black college reunion.
Okay.
No, it's a thing.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. And we were super busy, and it's not so much anymore. It still exists, but it's just very small. But anyway, they used to take over the city, and they were very busy. And whatever happened, whatever. My mom goes, you answer that phone, you write down everything they say, and do not hang up before they give you a PO number. She's like, whatever you do, get a PO number.
You were 7?
Cross Country Motor Club, which has been bought out like 3 or 4 times now since then. But I remember that was literally my first dispatch, and I'm like, I wrote everything down, Mom. I got a PO. She's like, perfect, let's go. Like, I got broken heart.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was my first actually working there. Obviously, as a kid, you're running around the shop, you're doing all the things, you're running up and down the flatbed, you're getting into trouble, you're wandering around the shop where you're not supposed to be. My dad had a yellow line painted around the shop, like literally and I was supposed to stay on the inside. It was for customers.
Yeah.
But I had a little chair, and I would always scoot over, and then one of the mechanics would come back by, slide me back, so we all stayed out of trouble. But shop life.
Yeah.
How about you? What is your first good memory or core memory? Or
We were always there. So I think I was probably 9 or 10 years old, just doing data entry. Back in the day, we were doing data entry for our Road Ranger program, where you would have to enter the make, model, color, and I don't remember what else. I remember the software. If I see it, I could enter everything. That was what I remember. And my parents would just have us sitting back there. Then it was for filing, and we talked about that in the first episode. That thing, that long piece that has all the letters. We did filing.
Pull out the chair so you can get on the chair and do the
Yeah.
filing. Yeah.
But one of my vivid memories is, was I 18 already? Yeah, I was 18. It was summertime. My dad said, you're not staying home. You're going to go wash trucks. I was 18 years old. I had graduated high school. That man had us in the summer. We had just started our Road Ranger contract. It was 2013. We were washing trucks on Saturday. My brother, my sister, and my cousin that used to work for us in our South location. All 4 of us, if she stayed at my house, we were at the yard 9 o'clock in the morning washing trucks. And
That's awesome.
I was like, this is great. I hated it.
Really?
I was 18 years old. Why did I want to go wash trucks?
I bet now, looking back, you wish you could go back to just washing trucks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Give me that
Actually,
pressure
no.
washer, Pops.
No. You know what? I'll take what I'm doing now. But at 18 years old, I wanted to sleep in. I was done with school. I graduated. I didn't want to be there. But I think we grew up fast.
Yeah.
I don't think we had a normal childhood. I think we were exposed to things that kids our age weren't exposed to.
I can remember, and it was probably one of my dad's more favorite stories. We were walking into Flapjacks, which is a restaurant there where we were for Sunday breakfast, and people were like, hey, you guys were in the paper. And my dad's like, what? We were in the paper. 2 of our tow trucks were loaded, double loaded, spring break, whatever. and it was big spread in the newspaper. My dad's like, oh shit, today was a bad day to wear a arrow towing shirt to breakfast. But normal kids don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
I feel like we were probably oblivious. I mean, we're kids, kids are so resilient.
I don't know if I don't recall ever being like, my parents being stopped for their sunshine shirts or whatever.
Oh, but we're in a small town.
Yeah, and I think you and I have talked about that. Like, you can't compare Volusia County to Miami-Dade County. Like, Miami-Dade County is huge compared to Volusia, and just the environment that we live in is different and determines things for us. But I don't remember. My grandmother likes to bring up this story. My grandmother's going to be 90 in October, but she likes to say this story any chance she gets. I don't think this is how it happened, but you know what, abuela? Whatever you said, that's what happened. I want to say like we were on I-95 or the Palmetto, whatever. My grandma says that I said, abuela, they're not supposed to be there. They're in the wrong location. And these were like, I don't even think these were my road rangers back then, but allegedly this is what happened 20 years ago. Actually, no, it was like maybe 25 years ago. Abuela, they're not supposed to be there. This is whatever. I don't think that happened. I recall something similar, but okay. But she'll say it every once in a while, like we're in a family thing. Because my grandmother's very proud of me. I'm like taking over my parents' business. She'll bring it up to any person she gets a chance to say, this is what happened. I was driving that. I'm like, sure, we'll go with that.
Makes her feel good.
If it makes her feel good and she wants to say that, that's how I knew that my granddaughter was going to take over her parents' business, then so be it. But, do you have, like, besides you taking that cross-country call, like, what did Al Balboa make you do? What free labor did that man get?
Free labor, exactly. You hit the nail on the head. So we grew up on a farm on the west side of, we say Daytona because it's just the area that everybody knows, right? But anyway, so we grew up on the west side of the Daytona area, Port Orange, Samsula area. But we grew up on a farm. We always had horses, but, and other animals. We had cows at one point, too. So just a lot of that. But I think that instilled good work ethic in me and my brothers. To this day, like, picking weeds is not my favorite thing. But a little generational trauma. But if that's the worst, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. But, a lot of just labor. Living on a farm, everything needs to be fixed, fencing, this and that. Accidentally zapped my dad one time. We were working on electrical.
Yikes.
So, but lots of good memories from that too, because we spent a lot of time together. A lot of our youth was together.
Yeah.
Plus you got to figure it was the 90s. It was a different world back then.
Oh, yeah.
The big night out was we would go into town and go to Blockbuster, rent a video, and then we would have pizza as a family, and we watched a movie. Like, that was the big, you know what I mean? That's like the things that I remember.
Yeah.
Similar.
Like, we knew Friday night we were going to Blockbuster. We were going to go enjoy family time. Like, your parents were 24/7 like my parents back in the day. In the like 90s to, well, you guys started way before us, but there was times that my parents couldn't take us to certain things. Like, if we were doing cheerleading, ballet, karate, whatever my parents had put us in to keep us busy, my grandmother or one of our office managers would take us, or my cousins, my older cousins, or my aunts would take us because my parents couldn't. So that, I always remember that, like, that was
it takes a village.
It takes a village, and to raise tow kids, it takes a village.
Hey, were you ever picked up from school in a tow truck before?
No, but my sister was when she was punished. And that was my favorite story ever. She was punished, and she had cheerleading practice. And we didn't live close to the yard, so they sent a flatbed to the school and picked her up, took her home to pick up her stuff, and took her down south so she could go to cheerleading. That is my favorite story. And it had nothing to do with me, but it's my favorite story.
I used to love it. Like, I mean, it didn't happen often, don't get me wrong, because especially with my brothers being older, but, like, Man, I felt so cool. I was like, yeah, he's here for me. That tow truck's here for me.
I didn't feel that way. And I know I have friends that they'll say, yeah, I got picked up at school and I enjoyed it, or I had driver's pick. I don't recall ever that happening. Um, when I was in high school, I hate this story. My car battery was dead. My dad made me jumpstart my car every day with a jump box. I was a junior in high. Was I? No, I think I was a junior or senior in high school, and my dad made me jumpstart my car every day for a week. So we changed the car battery just to teach me the positive and the negative and how to jumpstart a car.
That's awesome. That's a really good lesson, though. Come on.
I was
You
like,
gotta appreciate it.
this is not happening.
No, that's so cool.
Has Al ever done anything like that to you?
I mean, no, not really.
No.
Not that I can think of. No.
Also, my dad just
We used to have a Suburban. This is gonna sound really bad now. We used to have a Suburban, though. God, we'd have to pop the hood and start it with. I can't even say it. We used to have to start it with a flathead screwdriver. I know, but this was later in life too. I wasn't even like a kid, but yeah.
um when I was already when I was working, I think I had been working in the yard for a bit. I was probably like 20. I don't even think maybe I was 21 already. And my dad, if I was 20, I think my brother was graduating high school, was about to graduate. It was around that time. My dad goes, he took me, my brother, and my cousin, my other cousin was working in my north yard. I'm going to teach you guys how to unlock a vehicle, open it from the passenger side. And thanks to that, I've had to open 2 vehicles for my drivers because they've left their keys inside. But my dad made sure to teach us how to jumpstart a car, to use the lockout kit, and he didn't teach me. Well, he may have taught me how to change a tire. I don't know.
You pick up a lot too, just being around it. Like you don't even realize things you're absorbing too. So
you pick up.
You could probably figure it out, honestly.
I don't. That's why you dial *347. No, they'll have a road ranger change. No, in all reality, like I'll figure it out. I mean, I teach it like when I have my trainings, my yearly training with my guys. Like I show them like, oh, like these are like where lift points are and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm scared that if I do it, my car's gonna fall.
I always thought it would be a good idea, like in my area, maybe not here, I don't know, but I always thought in my area it would be a good idea to have a class for women. Like, this is how you check your oil, this is how you change a tire if you're ever, because your area is highly populated, so the chances of people just blowing by you or you not having help nearby is slim to none. But by us, areas get a little desolate, like I said, changing your tire, checking your oil, things like that, knowing how to jumpstart your car.
Yeah.
Just little quick tips like putting a hide key on your car so when you do lock yourself out, you have a backup plan, especially if you have kids. Like, life gets hectic. People lock their kids in their cars on accident, trying to load groceries in the back. You get the kid up front, next thing you know, things are locked and the panic sets in and people call 911. Well, 911's not going to help you. They're going to break your window.
Yeah.
But being prepared, just things like that for females to be prepared. I don't know if it would hit or not, but
yeah. When did you realize, like, growing up, like, your environment, like, this is not normal, I don't have a normal childhood? Or you've realized that since day one?
Yeah, when you're in it, you don't know it's not normal.
Yeah, 100%.
My parents, life wasn't normal from the jump. But I had the best childhood. Like, me and my brothers will talk about it looking back, and
yeah, I have stories of riding around with my dad and his trucks and stuff like that, and I'm not even going to say the story because I'll embarrass myself. If you're my close friend, you'll know exactly what happened in his Chevy Kodiak and what I did in the flatbed.
You can't get that time back either,
No. I have pictures of myself and some of the trucks growing up. I have a picture with me and my dad in one of his trucks, and I'm in a car seat. I'm maybe not even a year, between 8 months to a year old, he's sitting in the front seat and I'm in the car seat. And
That's how you know you're the first child. There's a lot of photographic evidence.
yeah, once it got to Austin, there's not that much left.
I feel you, Austin.
Austin's shaking
I'm
his
number
head.
4.
But what's unique about us, like being girls in the industry and daughters, I'm first, so I'm his first son. Like,
yeah.
I wasn't.
Oh, I'm definitely my dad's favorite son. Sorry, boys.
Damn.
No, I just talk a lot of crap.
No, she's not. No, she's not. But I'm like, my dad didn't raise no bitch. Like, I don't need a man to help me do things. Like, I will carry the shit by myself. I'll grab a case of water and someone's like, oh, I'll help you. I'm like, I got it. Like, but sometimes you have to be like a damsel in distress.
The older you get, you're like, boy, this help is nice.
Now, back then I was like, I got it. I'll carry it.
I'm all for being an independent woman, but, you know. I'm not tone deaf either, if that makes sense. I'm not chipping up tile myself.
Oh, no. I'm like, I just got my nails done. And I've messed up my nails at the yard, like fixing something. I'm like, I just got them done. The being in the industry, sometimes I'm like, I wish I had, like, not that I didn't have a great childhood, but sometimes I'm like, man, like, I wish things were different. I wish sometimes like I had a 9-to-5 job where like I could disassociate and like be like your friends. Like,
yeah, but that's not your childhood. That's just life. I still wish I had a 9-to-5.
I
could just walk away some days.
But like, because of the chaos that we grew up in and that it wasn't normal for us, like when our phone's ringing in the middle of the night, like that's normal to us, even though we don't want it to be ringing, but it's normal.
When it doesn't go off, I think there's something wrong.
Yeah, but for us, that's normal. For other people, it's like, I've been told, oh, like you need to learn how to delegate. You need to learn how to do this and that, and oh, like your company, like your job will be fine. Like, I'm like, no, it's not. Please don't say that.
Stay in your lane, bitch.
Stay in your lane. Like, this isn't normal for us. Like, we
thrive under pressure. But we were born into it, so that helps.
Yeah.
You know, and we both come from strong families too. Yeah. So I mean,
listen,
I had a great childhood, so I can't complain about that.
No, for sure. I enjoyed my childhood. I enjoyed everything, and you know, there's times that like we didn't have a nighttime dispatcher, and my parents would have to stay up in the middle of the night. We had like a little. Well, this is as we got older. We had an office in our house, and my parents are dispatching in the middle of the night.
Yeah. I started dispatching let me step back. One time we decided to take on AAA. AAA had approached us. They didn't have a vendor in the area, yada, yada. We didn't know how much volume they were going to push through. It was just an unknown factor. And I want to say had to be early 2000s. We just didn't know. So we took phones ourselves. But I was like 13, 14, and I ended up becoming like our nights and weekends dispatcher.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, especially on the weekends. Obviously, when I was in school, I didn't. But that's kind of one of those things how it started. And like that was one of my first official jobs at Era was nights and weekends. And my brothers were running trucks at night too, so a lot of times I was dispatching my brothers. But yeah, I would work on the weekends. Like that was just my thing. I was full blown dispatching Saturdays and Sundays during the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I learned the dispatch software when I was in high school. Like I had
oh girl, we didn't have software when I started dispatching. We were pen and paper. Radio.
You're a little older than me. The years we graduated high school are very different, ma'am.
No, but we would have these little cheat sheets. We'd write it all down, just El Manuel. We used to issue our drivers atlas books. And then
Amanda,
at the shop.
Wait to tell your age.
Jesus. In my office, well, I say my office. It wasn't my office then, but you know, in the shop we had a huge map that covered the whole wall. You know, and I would be like, okay, turn right on Mason, left on this.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's funny because.
Or the drivers would have to pull over because, like, if they were lost, and I'd be like, go to the nearest McDonald's, ask them what the address is, and then pin it from there.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
no,
but I grew up on that.
When I was in high school, like I think this was like 2011, 2012. I want to say 2012 because that's when I had on the job training in high school. Um, we had Tracker, so they taught me how to use that. I was very proficient in it, whatever. But when I was a junior, I had just gotten my car, and I thought I knew everything because my parents have a towing company and I know where I'm going. She did not know where she was going. She was very lost and cried and panicked, and I had my brother with me. I had no idea where I was. I ended up in Doral. I didn't know how. And I'm calling and I'm crying. Christmas, I got a GPS system. That's before.
Oh, when they had the standalone, like the Garmin, you
Yes,
plug
the
it into the
Garmin. I don't know
simulator.
what brand it was, but that was my Christmas gift. I got a GPS system because I had no idea where I was going.
That's
And
awesome.
then we had the iPhones and the GPS system got better. And
Oh, yeah, now everybody just lives on it.
yeah, but I didn't have. They gave me a GPS system and they gave me a car charger, and they're like, "Please use both." Even with the GPS, I was still getting lost, and I'm like, I look back and I'm like, how did I survive? How did I survive? But I know my location better, and in Miami is very easy because we have numbers. All until you hit Broward County, and that is just names. But Miami's very easy to get around. I just didn't know.
Miami is chaos.
In Spanish, I was what you call a mojona, which is a little shit, thinking she knew everything and she did not. So, yeah, my parents made fun of me when I got home and from being lost. I was terrified. But there's positivity in like the way that we grew up and stuff like that. Like we learned, and there's things that us as women, like, oh, you know, that kind of lingo, like the winch and the boom and all that stuff, and people look at me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, never. Like,
Listen, I was at a tow show one time years ago, and I won't even say the name of the company, but I got in line at the table because we were having an issue with a tow truck that we had just purchased from them. And it's nobody local. But anyway, the guy's like, here, take a pen. No, I'm here to talk about tow truck. Like,
how long ago was this?
Less than 10 years ago. 7 to 5 years ago. I'd say something like that. I'm like, no, I'm actually here to talk about tow truck. Like, we just bought one from you. I don't know, it did less than a month, and we were having issues, but it was just funny. It's even in our own industry, at quite literally a tow truck convention, there's still this weird stereotype.
All the time. All the time.
Like,
It doesn't
I
change.
don't want your damn free pen. I just bought a $150,000 rollback from you, bitch.
I feel like I grew up fast. I want to say, like, responsibility wise and learning how to talk to people and being like a little bit more business professional when I talk to people, and like learning how to stand up for myself when I talk. So in that aspect, I feel like that wasn't normal. Like, I wasn't going to the clubs at 18, 19, 20 years old. Like, I was going to tow truck conventions and learning how to talk to dealers, like when I'm buying a truck, or the distributor, and learning the lingo. Like, I remember I was at the Baltimore tow show. Was it either Baltimore or Florida? And we had the electric PTO system, and my dad took me to the Dewey's booth and introducing me, and I'm like, oh, those are the people that we buy our PTOs from. And my dad's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool. I was like probably like 19. I was 21 or 22, and I'm like putting things together and trying to figure it out. I learned how to connect the light bar once. Someone stole our light bar. They stole it off a truck.
Some Miami shit.
Yeah. And my cousin was working as a mechanic, and he's like, hey, I'm going to be at the top looking. I need you to put the connections on. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a manual. And he's like, yeah, but like, figure out if you tap this one with this wire, what it will do. I have a picture of myself under the truck. Like, I did that.
That's cool.
But I just think we've get a different experience that a lot of people don't get to have
as for sure.
Being tow truck company owners' kids, and all the stuff that comes
I would
with
say,
it.
because there's a lot of people in our industry, and even just people that we know, a lot of them have kids, and you're setting this example. you know, granted we're years later, and now we're talking about what a wonderful childhood that we both had. And so your kids are listening, your kids are watching, like what you do today matters. And growing up in this industry is hard enough. So that family time is super valuable.
Yeah.
But involving your kids, you never know. They might want nothing to do with it. And that's okay. But they might want everything to do with it. Like I was just telling Alexis before we got started, I used to remember, obviously we didn't have cell phones when we started back then. So they would call the house. They would call the house in the middle of the night when there was like a big wreck and my dad had to go. And I can remember, obviously the house phone going off, but I can remember hearing him come out of his room to go to get a uniform. And as I got a little bit older, I'd meet him at the door. Here's your uniform.
Aww.
Yeah, and I just didn't want to miss out. I mean, obviously I was too young then, but he had no idea the monster he created.
She's a monster. The good kind.
For all the good reasons.
For the good kind. I'm like, I don't know, I'm like very anxious. I don't know what's wrong. I had coffee. Cali Coffee, please sponsor us, please.
You went there.
I can't have caffeine. This is so...
She lives on Cali Coffee too.
I do. To be fair, they are opening one close. But thank you guys for watching episode 3. I don't even know what camera to look at. I know this one's mine. I don't know which one.
Thank you for hanging in there with us. Reach out to us if you have any really cool childhood memories.
Yeah.
You know.
Post them in our comment section.
Oh man, and we would love to see pictures of your family if you're comfortable. I mean, we love seeing all that stuff.
Yeah.
We love seeing everybody's kids grow up, you know, through the industry. Like each Halloween in our company, all of our guys share pictures of their kids, and it's cool to see them growing through the years. So.
Our timer went off.
Sorry, I
don't know how to turn this.
Beep.
It's fine. You know what? It'll be part of our episode. We're good.
We can cut it.
We have to time ourselves because we talk too much and then we don't know when to stop. But thank you guys for watching and stick around for episode 4.
Like, follow, and share.
And subscribe.